Hello and welcome to the Cavendish Farms Community Events Center here in beautiful Tyne Valley, Prince Edward Island. And oh my goodness, it's Monday night and we have a hockey game, which is Game 7 with your Western Rebels versus the Eastern Dukes in this U16 AAA Island Championship. I tell you, looking around the rink, it's been packed, standing room only, every seat taken for the last 25 minutes. I've never seen a full rink on a Monday night to watch the entire warm-up, and people are still coming in the doors. It's been an amazing season for our Western Rebels, and the Dukes have had a pretty darn good season too. But I wanted to read off the sponsors for the Western Rebels here out of Tyne Valley this year. Of course, the title sponsor is Farm Boys, so many thanks to them. They are the Farm Boys Western Rebels. But there's many, and I'm going to go through them quickly here. Like many, we're talking about 30 sponsors or more. Triple M Farms Limited, Perry's Construction Limited, Mind Body Therapy Limited, Summerside Source for Sports, Spring Valley Building Center, Cooperators Dan McDonald Associates Inc., PI Bag Company, By the Sea Lawn Care, Fitzgerald and Snow Limited, Island-wide Penny Saver, Landmark Oyster House, Painter Brothers Contracting, Provincial Credit Union, SGK Atlantic Limited, REM Properties Limited, Full Tank Auto Sales, Scotia Wealth Management, Ashley Oatway, PEI Mutual, Buchanan Electric, Universal Media Inc., Shays Construction, MJA Fisheries, Kernan Biggs Limited, Calfrac Well Services Limited, Lone Oak Brewing, D. Alex McDonald Ford, Red Island Fisheries, and we'll take a little break for the national anthem. Continuing on, J&C Verboom, Notenoy Limited, Warren's Carpentry, Capital Honda, Arsenal Properties, Coolbreeze Farms and Ice Cream Barn, Charlottetown Mitsubishi, Touche Fisheries, Ravenwood Stairs, R&M Welding, Moth Lane, Tenacity Hockey, Richard's Fresh Seafood, A&G Screw Piles, West Isle Enterprises Limited, Dylan's Convenience and Pizzeria, Backwoods Burger, Primary Electrical Inc., Brandon Williams Real Estate, Dennis Motors, Arsenault's Contracting Services, and Leo A. McNeil Construction Limited. Thank you to all those many sponsors. And there's a draw. One back by the Dukes, and it's up the boards. On defense starting, we've got Chaseau and James with Gamble, McFarland, and Sigsworth up front. Here's McLernan from behind the net. Blocked by Mond in net. Now moved across. Here's McDonald firing that in. Mond out behind the net to stop that. Chaseau around the boards, over to Sigsworth. He pops it out, looking for Gamble. Couldn't quite get it to him. Now here's McLaren again, putting it back in to Morrison, and a hit by Chaseau, and the puck is moved over to McFarland, who gets that one deep. Forechecking is Sigsworth. The puck moved around and back. I believe it is Kennedy in net today for the Dukes. And here's Mills now forechecking with the puck. Mills, Oatway, and Hutt out there with Collins and Corbett. Collins putting that one in deep. Just past Oatway and back into the corner. Hutt is there. Hutt reversing behind the net, back into the corner, stepping in is Collins. He tried to get that one. That hit a skate. Collins getting it back. Backhanding it back into the corner. Hutt chasing now. Just to the now behind the net. Now Mills stepping in. And fired right on net by Collins. And moves back out. And here is Arsenault trying to go past Corbett. It's in deep. Collins is there. Back around. And Otway trying to move that as Hunter knocks it down. Now Corbett boxing him as Otway comes up the side. Otway trying to go by Arsenault and McInnes. Now stepping in is Mills. Getting it is McInnes. McInnes putting it in deep. Coming back is Corbett with a pass over to Mills. Now to Otway on the side. Now flips it up to Collins. Knocked off his stick by McLernon. And now McInnes trying to center it. That was stopped by the stick of Corbett. Cleared back behind the net. Now here's Arsenault working. Or sorry, that's McGregor coming up. McGregor putting it in deep. And now Pierce picking it up deep in his end. Moving it D to D to Bowering. And then it goes right to Moore. Moore trying to come as Trivers and Phillips out now on defense. Moore going behind the net. Moore trying to center it. Moore keep holding on. Moore firing one. Blocked by Toombs. And now here's Trainer along the boards. Trainer trying to move it to the line. Chaffee keeping it in. Trivers with a deflection into Mond. Mond had to be sharp to stop that. Not the way Trivers wanted to start his first shift, I'm sure. Now coming out, we're back to the first line again. And we've got James and Chason with Gamble, Sigsworth, and McFarland. One back. Here's James along the boards finding Sigsworth. Sigsworth to Gamble. 3-on-2. Over to Sigsworth. Sigsworth bobbled that one. Now behind the net to McFarland. McFarland with the puck. McFarland. He's checked and held by Green. And it looks like it's a holding call. The Dukes, number 20, Green, will go to the box. Aiden Green in there for 2 minutes at 17:01 here in the first. And this is our Western Rebels power play. Mills, Toombs, and Sigsworth with McFarland and Gamble on the points. One to the side by Toombs, picked up by Sigsworth. Now he battles as Crowley tries to put it on the boards. Mills and Toombs try to dig it out. And Sigsworth is there too. Sigsworth now in front, trying to push it to the net. Picked up by Mills. Mills working it back to Gamble. Gamble now firing that one in. Glove save. Oh, it looked like a glove save, but he dropped it in behind the net. And here's Gamble now working it to McFarland. It comes out. Gamble coming back now. Gamble taking some time. Gamble with the pass up to Toombs. He found him. Toombs setting it up now. Finding Mills. He couldn't handle that. Toombs back to Gamble. Over to McFarland. McFarland fires that one in. Just missing. Now Mills working it back to Gamble. Gamble to Mills. Mills firing that one. And there's a save here by Kennedy. And Kennedy will hold on for the face-off. 1:04 left in the penalty to Green as power play number 2 comes out here. We've got Chason, Trivers, Otway, Hutt, and McGregor. One back cleanly to Chason. Chason firing that one in. Pad save. Now Trivers keeping it in. Trivers pushing it around. Now fired over and stopped at the line by Chason. Now as McLernon was unable to put it out. He shot it. That was tipped by Hutt in front. Now it's Otway with it on the side. Otway moving it back to Trivers. Trivers over to Chason. Chason now firing that one in, looking for Otway. Trivers keeps it in, does get it to Otway. Otway trying to find Hutt in front, and that was dangerous. And now McGregor almost tipping it in. 28 seconds left on the penalty. Stepping in is Chason. Now McGregor back to the line to Trivers. Trivers now keeping it in. Trivers over to Chaso. Chaso trying to find McGregor, and McLaren will fire that one down the ice. Here's Mon now moving along past the Otway. 9 seconds left in the penalty. Otway getting it in. Here's Trainer behind the net. Trainer now hot to Trainer. Trainer trying to find it, get someone in front. Otway got a stick on it, but now Hunter coming out. Penalty over. Back to 5-on-5. Trivers and Collins out there, fired into the corner. Collins now to Trainer. Trainer to the line. Chaffee keeps that one in. Over to the corner now. It's Trivers versus Hartman. Hartman puts it behind the net. Collins now moves it through the corner and follows it up. Collins finding Otway. Over to Trainer. Trainer now firing it in deep as Collins steps up into the play. McDonald couldn't get a hold of that. Now here's Trainer. Trainer was trying to work that back to Corbett, intercepted by Hartman and pushed down the ice. Arsenault versus Hartman. Left that one for Corbett. Corbett now finding Mills. Mills down the right side, putting it in deep. Pierce got a hold of that, but Mills forechecking. Coming in as McGregor as well, and Trainer. Hartman clearing it down deep in the zone again. Here's Corbett. Corbett around the boards looking for Trainer. A little bit off his stick to Moore. Moore firing one at the net. Corbett deflected that back out. Arsenault moves it back to Crowley to Pierce. Fires that one in. Blocker saved by Mond. And here's Arsenault. Now moving it around the net back to Corbett. Corbett finding Trainer on the hash marks, who backhands it out as Mills forechecks. But it's moved up to Arsenault and now over to Moore. Here comes Sigsworth in, taking the puck from Moore. Back behind from Chason to James. James looking for a pass up the middle. Nobody touched that, and that will be icing. Here at 13-18, gone in the first period, almost at the halfway point. And our Western Rebels with some excellent, excellent chances. The Dukes, a couple of chances. Probably their best one was the one that Trivers deflected on net accidentally. But Mon looking sharp, and so is Kennedy. One back now, and it's pushed in by Green. Now McInnes, but picked up by Gamble. McInnes stopped that. Now Gamble looks like we'll go to the box with a tripping call, I would guess. Yes, he will. That was a little unlucky. And Gamble will head to the box. He's not happy with that call, I'm sure. That's the way the cookie crumbles some days. So now the Dukes on the power play. And Western Rebels with their first penalty kill of the day. We've got Toombs, James, Chason, and Mills out. Along the boards now, here's Silvaggio at the line, moved in deep. Here's Chason. Chason moves it around. Chaffee keeping it in, barely. Moving into McInnes along the boards, back to Chaffee. Chaffee over to Hunter, and a glove save by Mond. Shutting down that shot. Penalty killers changing now, as Toombs will change for McFarland. So we got McFarland and Mills now with Chason and James. Move to the side. James battles, gets it to the line. Chaffee has it. Chaffee now over to Hunter. He misplayed it. Mills was right there to take advantage and get it down the ice. Kennedy out to play it here now as Chaffee brings it up the ice. Chaffee now finding a lane in on the left side. Pushed back by Chason, but he gets it to McInnes. Now over to Silvaggio. Silvaggio fired that one wide along the boards. Here's Chaffee with it again. Chaffee over to McInnes. McInnes to Hunter. Hunter in front, and Silvaggio got a backhand, missed the net. Now McFarland will pick that one up and throw it down the ice. 58 seconds left in the penalty, about half over here to Gamble. McInnes leaving it now for Pierce. We've got Toombs and McGregor with Corbett and Collins out now. Pierce bringing it over the line. Pierce trying to come to the net. Moore tried to one-time that and couldn't get all of it, and it's back down the ice. 35 seconds left in the penalty. Here they come down here now. McCormick with some room to skate. McCormick over the line and stops, putting it in deep in the corner as Arsenault picks it up. Arsenault back to Moore. Moore over to Pierce. Pierce over to Bullpit. Bullpit tried to move that across. Now Toombs with a dive, gets it out of the zone and goes for the change. Coming on is Otway. Moore now coming through the neutral zone, gaining the zone. Moore fires that one just wide and off the boards. They can't keep it in. Penalty over. Here comes Otway. Otway, Mills, and Hutt up front with Collins and Phillips on defense right now. Chipped out front now with a good effort by Hutt, but it's cleared down the ice. Collins now moving it to Phillips. Phillips along the boards, and it's intercepted. Now Morrison to Hartman. Hartman fires that. A low, good pad save by Mond. Now it's fired to the line and kept in. Knocked down now by Collins. Collins off the boards and down. Here comes Otway now as Bowring moves it across to McDonald. And in the neutral zone, Rinko was checked by Otway, and it's up. Now back for it is Trivers. Trivers behind his own net. Moves it over to Hutt. Hutt is out the line. Streaking through is Gamble with a burst of speed and a nice shot on net. Oh, fired across looking for Phillips. Gamble almost found him on the backside. Now here comes Hartman on a 1-on-3. Hartman, though, checked by Trivers as he and Phillips take him out. Now Gamble on the side, trying to move it up. Cleared around the other side as Sigsworth tries to get to it, but can't. Back into Trivers. Trivers reversing it around. And here comes McFarland, moving it out, getting it deep. Sigsworth forechecking against Chaffee. Got a stick on it. Now Gamble in to help. Gamble poking it through. Kept in by Chaso. Now here's Trainer back around. Sigsworth fighting it off and backhanding it in front. That was gloved down by McLaren. Now here comes his pass to McInnes. Couldn't handle that. Now Chason puts that in right on net. And Green picks it up. Moves it out to the line as McGregor's right on that. Now James pushed in, and here's Chaffee. Chaffee in back into the corner as good play by McGregor to keep that in. Now here's Trainer battling for it. Chaffee back around to Green. Green moving to McLaren. And James getting a stick on that and keeping it in. As McGregor battles. Toombs and Trainer are up there with him. Now Hunter. Toombs checking him, and James right in. Fires one on net from a bad angle. And McLaren with a slash against James as James dumped him when he tried to make the hit. Coming out now, we're going to have Corbett and Collins with McFarland, Gamble, and Sigsworth up front. One back cleanly by Gamble and a shot on net by Corbett. Glove save by Kennedy. Here at 8:13 left in this first period. Gamble at the draw versus McCormick. Gamble, that one's won back by Sigsworth. Once again, Corbett threw that at the net. Now McFarland rubbed out in the corner by McDonald to the line, and here's Collins trying to get that through. It was blocked. Now McFarland does sneak that through. Picked up and centered by Sigsworth. McFarland was able to push that in. The puck was still loose, but the referee lost sight and the whistle went. This line will change now. Coming out, and we'll change the defense too. Mills, Hutt, and Otway with Trivers and Phillips on defense. Looks like Moore will take the draw for the Dukes versus Mills. Pushed forward now by Mills, and they try to put it behind the net. Otway's there. Otway trying to center it. as he's checked, and Kennedy grabs the puck and covers up for the faceoff. Mills again at the draw versus Moore. Looks like one back cleanly by Mills and fired by Phillips. Kennedy had to make a sort of an arm blocker save and then cover up there. And Otway and Bowring were starting to sneak into the faceoff circle. The referee's watching them. One to the side off of Otway, and now Phillips tried to chip it in off a skate, and on the side is Mills. Pushed around as Trivers will keep that one in. Trivers finding Otway. Otway looking to get in front. Moore's picked it up, but checked by Hutt. Now Hutt and Moore battling. Now Pierce gets it. Pierce over to Trivers. Trivers now as it's pushed by Renko. Renko firing it across to Moore. Moore and a good save by Mond. And now coming out is Otway. Over to Hutt. They'll go for a change. And coming out are Chason and James, along with, looks like we've got McGregor, Trainer, and McGregor, Arsenault, and Toombs. Toombs back to Chason with a one-timer slap shot and a pad save by Kennedy. Now James keeping it in. Stepping in on front is McGregor. Chipped out by Morrison, but James is back. He's looking for Chason. A little off the mark. It's chipped back in by Morrison, but James is there. James over to Chason. Chason off the boards, finding McGregor, putting it in deep as Arsenault forechecks. That was just offside. 6:23 left to play in the first period. We'll see a line change again, as we'll have McFarland, Sigsworth, and Gamble up front with James and Chason on defense. Puts to the side. Now here's Hunter backhanding it down. Icing called off as Chason fires it around. McFarland's there trying to move it on the breakout. Gamble picking it up and circling behind his own net now. Gamble finding Sigsworth. Sigsworth chipping it in, moving past Green with some speed. Sigsworth behind the Duke's net now. Sigsworth firing it in front. Nobody there. And then now James pushing it in deep. Sigsworth flying in again. Sigsworth moving it around, looking for Gamble. Now Chason stepping in, and it's kept. There's a penalty here, and I think it'll be coming against the Dukes. Although I can't tell. The play in question was just out of my line of sight. And it looks like the boarding is the call, and it is Morrison who's going to the box, as I believe it was Gamble he stepped up on. Either Gamble or Sigsworth. All right, Western Rebels power play. We've got Toombs, Mills, and Sigsworth with McFarland and Gamble. Push forward now and back to the line. Kept in here by Gamble. By McFarland over to Gamble. Gamble fire that one just wide. And Toombs almost got the rebound off the boards. Toombs moving it back now to Gamble again. Back into Toombs. That puck skipped over his stick. Now Sigsworth back to the opposite corner. And Mills will move that back to Gamble. Over to McFarland. McFarland with a nifty move. McFarland fires that one. Tipped by Toombs in front. But Kennedy was there to make the save. A minute 30 left in this penalty. The Western power play, Western Rebels power play, seemed to be as strong as I've ever seen it this entire season. Toombs at the draw versus McLaren. It comes to the side. Mills getting it back. Mills coming into the slot, tried to fire that. That's blocked by McDonald. Mills getting it back, leaving it for Gamble to McFarland. McFarland firing that one. And that was off of Sigsworth, who had fallen and was on his knees, and it will come out. I think that hit him in the arm, and he was gesturing as he stretched it. Here's Gamble behind his own net, finding Mills on the left side. Mills trying to move it up, but Mills now stepping forward. Pierce finding a way to get it out of the zone and back down the ice. 55 seconds left in this penalty now. Here's Gamble. Gamble with the long play, picked up by Mills, and now a long pass. Here's Sigsworth with a semi-breakaway. Sigsworth coming in, and a save by Kennedy. He tried to deke and go 5-hole, but Kennedy was there. Cleared down the ice. Now Trivers is back for it. Trivers now having some trouble with the puck skipping, but Trivers picks it up. Trivers now skating it out. Trivers finding McGregor. McGregor getting it deep. Bowering, backhanding it. Hutt is there. Oh, bad bounce. And it's over to Moore. And back is Chaso. But Moore right to the net. And Moore with the move puts the deke on Mond and pops it in the net with 10 seconds left in the penalty to Morrison. That's a shorthanded goal for the Eastern Dukes. Now here's Gamble with the puck. We got Gamble, Trainer, and McGregor out there with Collins and Corbett on defense. They're saying, and that was an unassisted goal by Liam Moore. And of course, there's a lot of Rebels fans in the rink today. Very quiet. Rebels need a goal to even things up. 2 seconds left in the power play. Gamble at the draw. One over to Corbett. Corbett fires that one and saved by Kennedy. Now McGregor just past the net. Stepping in is Collins. Collins fires that one, and Kennedy will cover up. As McGregor came in looking for a rebound. 3:33 left in this first period. Coming out now are Arsenault, Toombs, and Otway. Corbett and Collins staying on defense. And Toombs versus McCormick. Toombs winning it back to Collins. Now pushed in deep. Looking for the puck to come through. And moved out to the line. Here comes Silvaggio. Pushed in past Collins, but he's there to get it. No, but Silvaggio now, but picked up by Toombs. Toombs in to help. Toombs around the side. Arsenault hustling to it. Arsenault getting out past Chaffee and down the ice. Now here's McCormick. McCormick moving it to McDonald. McDonald with the long pass. And here is Collins. He was looking for Otway, and icing will be the call, as nobody was able to touch it. We're going to change the defense here. Got away with one. I don't think we're technically allowed to change, but we did. Collins and Phillips now with Toombs, Arsenault, and Otway up front. One back by Toombs, and here's Phillips. Pushed around looking for Arsenault. And coming in is Toombs. Toombs battling with McInnes. Toombs with a move out in front. Toombs skating it out of the zone. He's hooked down, and there will be a penalty as Western Rebels will go on the power play. Trivers over to Otway as he circles. Mond has gone off the ice. Now Trivers with it. I think realizing there's a delayed penalty. Moving it to Phillips. Phillips now, and he lost that one as touched by Hunter. So at 2:18 left in the first, here comes the Rebels power play, going to try and bury one again. Toombs at the draw. We've got Mills and Sigsworth on the wings, Gamble and McFarland on the points. Toombs winning that. Oh, over to Sigsworth. He won that one back, but didn't get a pinpoint pass. He passed it between the defense. So back is Gamble in his own end. Gamble now skating it out. Gamble with the pass to Toombs. Toombs now over to Mills. Mills putting it in deep. Morrison catching a little piece of him, firing it down, kept in by Gamble, but just a little too far ahead. Now McFarland to Gamble, back over to McFarland, trying to find Sigsworth, can't quite get it. Now here's McFarland, putting it in deep, getting it up into the net. And the Rebels power play, which was so strong the first couple of times, struggling a little bit to gain the zone. However, this will be a face-off to the left of Kennedy. So if Toombs can win this one back, he's got to beat Morrison at the draw. Toombs cleanly winning it back to McFarland. McFarland into Gamble. Gamble fires that one in. Oh, and it was just about deflected by Sigsworth in front. Moved back by McFarland to Gamble. Over to McFarland. McFarland fires that one. That was blocked. McFarland getting it again. It's in front. Sigsworth put it on. Saved by Kennedy. And here's Mills. Mills deciding to keep it. That was a good decision. Now moving it back to Gamble. Gamble into Mills. Now over to Gamble. Over to McFarland. McFarland firing that one in. And that one went through McDonald. Kennedy somehow finding that one with his glove. 52 seconds left in the penalty as power play number 2 comes on for the Western Rebels. The Rebels would love to have a goal to tie things up as we end the first period here. Hutt at the draw. That one was won back by Moore. Bowering trying to get it out, and he does. Trevor's picking it up in the neutral zone. Over to Chason. Chason skating it in. Now Chason firing that one. And Kennedy, that took a hop right in front of him. He was able to knock it down, but it was not quite as planned. 39 seconds left in the penalty now. Hutt at the draw versus Moore. Hutt winning that one over, and then here's McGregor at the side. McGregor behind the net. Nobody there, though. Hutt's going in versus Bullpit. Great job there as McGregor moves it to Chason. Chason coming in, fires that one. And another glove save by Kennedy. 25 seconds left in the penalty. And we're going to have a change with Trainer, Otway, and Hutt. We'll have Chason and James on the points. Move back. Pierce getting it out and down the ice. 18 seconds left in the penalty now. James behind his own net. James skating it out. James trying to find Trainer. That was intercepted by Morrison and back down the ice. Only a few seconds left in the penalty now as Chason winds it up. Skating it through. Here comes Chason. 16 seconds left in the period. Chason getting it deep as he comes in. And Trainer's there battling with Hutt. Trainer now trying to move it out. Now goes to Otway. Otway trying to find James. Got it out of his reach. And that will be the end of the period. The Trainer and McLaren mixing it up. McDonald and Hutt mixing it up. Rebels with 18 shots on net to the Duke 6. But they're down a goal. And they're having some really good chances here, but Kennedy shutting the door. Of course, the Duke's goal was a shorthanded goal by Moore. And he managed to skate away just barely from Chason to put that in the net, and that's a little bit of an unlucky break. but there's lots of hockey left. So once again, a packed house here in Tyne Valley at the Cavendish Farms Community Events Center. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in about 10 minutes when the ice has been flooded. Hello and welcome back to the Cavendish Farms Community Event Center here in beautiful Tyne Valley, Prince Edward Island. We're about ready to start the second period, about a few minutes away, and the Eastern Dukes are leading right now with 1 goal and a score of 0 for our Western Rebels. It has been a back and forth, high-paced, physical game with, I believe, 3 or 4 penalties in the first period. 1 short-handed goal for the Dukes. And so the shots have been 18-6 in favor of the Rebels. So the Rebels really controlling the game for the most part and really pushing the Dukes hard, just unable to get anything past Kennedy with those 18 shots. Mon playing very well at the other end too. The short-handed goal was a sort of a half breakaway deke. At any rate, it's a new period, and our Western Rebels need a goal to tie things up. They will be coming out hard, and it is a packed house here in Tyne Valley, standing room only, and it's very much a pro-Western Rebels crowd, of course. So we need to give them something to cheer about. And here come the referees and linesmen onto the ice. I think they're going to give it a few minutes just to make sure that after the flood, all the water's able to freeze. There's nothing worse than a player coming around the net and losing the puck in a sticky piece of water that hasn't frozen yet. The pegs are into the nets. And I can see our Western Rebels ready to come onto the ice directly across from me. Mon looking very focused. Here he comes. And a cheer going up from the crowd. And here come the Eastern Dukes. Starting this period, it looks like we're going to have McFarlane, Sigsworth, and Gamble with James and Chason on defense. Gamble at the draw versus Morrison. One to the side and pushed forward by Sigsworth. And there is that puck stopping on a piece of water, as we didn't want to see happen. So obviously the ice not perfect yet. Here's James trying to reverse it. James with the puck behind his own net. Fanned on that one a little bit too, probably due to that water. Now McLaren and now Morrison working it back to defense as Chaffee fires that one wide of the net. Coming to the side is Sigsworth. He gets it down the ice. And it's going to go across the line, and that will be icing, as there were no puddles of water in that particular lane. At the draw, Gamble versus Morrison. Gamble winning that back to James, who backhands it over to McFarlane behind the net. Just misplayed that now. Chaffee puts that one on. Mon clears it over to Chason, who gets that off the glass and out. McDonald picking it up and looking for Renko. He found him, but he misplayed that as well, and it's just offside. Makes me wonder if it was sticky there too. Coming out now, Collins and Corbett with Oatway, Hutt, and Mills up front. Mills versus Hunter at the draw. One back by Mills, picked up though by Silvaggio, who fires one. Weak shot on net, cleared to the corner by Mond. Fired around by Collins to the point and back in by Pierce. Now Corbett backhanding it over here to Hutt, who gets it up to Mills. And Bowering couldn't clear it past Mills. Mills in deep around the board, stepping up is Collins. Collins firing that one in, redirected by Hunter to Pierce. Now Salvaggio to Hunter. 2-on-1 versus Corbett. Hunter fires, and glove save by Kobe Mond. And Kobe Mond playing very well between the pipes this year. I believe he was first in goals against and fourth in save percentage, or vice versa, not being named to either one of the first All-Star teams. And here we have Trainer out there with Toombs and McGregor, Trivers and Phillips on defense. McInnes in front. Here's Toombs. Toombs coming forward. Trainer gaining the line. Now Toombs picking it up. Toombs circling. Toombs back to Phillips. Fired in. And McGregor, it hit him and it almost dropped. Kennedy was having a tough time finding it. Now coming out there, Chason and James with Sigsworth, McFarland, and Gamble up front. McFarland at the draw this time on the right-hand side of the ice. One by McFarland to the side. Now Gamble puts it in. Here's Sigsworth. Sigsworth trying to find the point. He couldn't. Now Bullpit battling and it comes over to James. James behind his own net, circling back. James putting it in the skates of McFarland, so that didn't cause a breakout. Fired back in. Here's Chason. Chason circling. Chason deciding to skate it out. Here comes Chason over the line. Chason getting it in deep. Firing it in front. Stocked by McFarland. Now Gamble puts it in. That was wide of the net, looking for a tip. Now Sigsworth gets it to McFarland. Back to Gamble. Gamble now firing it. And that was looking for a tip right on as Kennedy makes the save. Coming out are Mills, Otway, and Arsenault with James and Chason on defense. Mills getting it back to Otway, couldn't quite handle it. Now Pierce gets it to the line, kept in. And here's Arsenault battling up front as Bowering reverses it back to Pierce. Pierce to Hartman as they break out. Hartman's pass just ahead of Morrison, and that will be icing. Coming out now, Collins and Corbett. Gamble, McFarland, and Sigsworth staying up front. Gamble winning that draw and firing it in behind the net to McFarland. McFarland to Sigsworth. Sigsworth with a quick turn in front, trying to put it in on the glove side, and that will be saved by Kennedy. McFarland at the draw. Gamble now moving in as McFarland has moved out. One back by Hunter. Now to Pierce behind the net from Bowering to Hartman at the side. But he's checked and Gamble fires that one right in. Kennedy has to make yet another save. Rebels need some traffic in front, get some tips on those shots. Here's Gamble again at the draw versus Hunter. Gamble wheeling that one back to Corbett, who fires that one on net. And Sigsworth getting the rebound behind the net, trying to put it in front. Intercepted by Hunter, who chips it out, stopped by Collins, past him. And here's Corbett. Now Corbett firing it over to Gamble. Gamble over to McFarland who chips that one in, and now Pierce moves it around. Collins is there. Collins stepping into the corner now. Collins firing that in front. It's off the side of the net. Now to the side as Hartman gets it. Forced back in by Sigsworth. Hartman moves it behind the net now to Pierce. Pierce over to Bowring. Bowring all the way down the ice. Right on net. As Mond will cover up for the faceoff. All 5 Western Rebels will change. Coming out now, we'll have the Hot Oatway Mills line up front with, looks like James and Chaseau coming out on defense. I guess Trivers and Phillips are sitting this shift. Mills winning that one back. Here's Chaseau over to James. James over to McGregor. Or sorry, the Oatway. Mills putting it in deep. And here's Green moving it to Arsenault. Up to Moore. Over to the side. Up the boards. Fired in. Glove save by Mond. Mills at the draw against Moore. Off the boards. And down. Here we have a 2-on-1. If Huck can get to it. No, it was a high stick. He couldn't touch it. Now stepping in is Mills. Fires it on net. Oh my goodness. And Oatway could not get his stick on the bouncing puck as he had a wide open net. And now in as Chaseau fans on that shot. Now here's Oatway trying to put it through again and off to the side. Oatway firing it in front, nobody there. Picked up by Chaffee, kept in by Chaseau at the line, now in behind the net, or in front of the net. Now Arsenault picks it up and skates it out. Over to the side now as Moore fires that one. And I don't know if that hit post or not, but it was close. And up and out of play. And it looks like they're trying to put out Trainer, McGregor, and Toombs with the defensive pairing of Phillips and Trivers. Not sure what the strategy is there, but at the draw is Toombs winning it back here to Phillips. He lost it, now McInnes. McInnes off the boards, down to McDonald. McDonald in. That one was narrowly missed in front. Now here's McGregor getting it out to Toombs. Toombs coming up. Toombs getting it in deep. Toombs now going behind the net and getting it to Trainer. Off the boards now and past Phillips as Trivers will get back for it. Trivers now firing it along the boards. McCormick is there though and coming out, but Phillips get that. Phillips fanning on that a bit, now out to the line. Back here to McDonald. McDonald over to McCormick. McCormick back to Crowley. Crowley firing that one in. It's Toombs tied up his man. Now Trivers has it, getting it out. And here's Trainer going wide. Trainer stepping back in and fires just wide of the net. Stepping on here is Corbett. That was up into the netting. McFarland, Sigsworth, and Gamble out there now with Collins and Corbett. Push to the side. Bowering brings it behind the net to Pierce. Reverses it the other way. Collins is there. Collins trying to find it on net. Now Sigsworth coming. Bull pit there. Moved out as Bowering gets it. Chipped over here to Rinko as he gets it in deep. Mon stops it behind the net, leaving it for Corbett. Picked up by Hunter. And almost stopped by Mon, but picked up by Collins. And coming in now is McFarland. McFarland getting in deep, but Kennedy reverses it. Stopped, though, by Sigsworth and fired in. McFarland with it now. McFarland off of the shin pad of Pierce as Sigsworth comes back. Sigsworth looking for Corbett. He found him. Corbett off the glass and out as Gamble chases. Now it's over to the center. And here's Collins getting it in deep. Collins will go for the change now. Sorry, that wasn't called. That was Toombs, I guess. Anyway, Arsenault out there now. And stepping in is Collins. Green getting it to Hartman, 2-on-1. And Hartman trying to get over. Good hustle back by Arsenault to take his man and stop the 2-on-1. Now here's Gamble trying to get it out. Over to Corbett. Corbett over to McGregor, who gets it out of the zone. Sorry, that was Arsenault who got it out of the zone. Now here's Otway looking for Arsenault. Otway in front, and another bouncing puck in front that nobody could get their foot on, their stick on. Otherwise, it would have been an empty net. Now off of Otway again. Here's Moore coming in. Moore firing that one high and wide. Now Arsenault trying to get it out, and he does. Cross ice here. Stepping in is Green, putting it in deep. Mon stopping it behind the net. And here comes Collins looking for Arsenault. Arsenault trying to get it across. Now Moore trying to skate it as he has a puck stripped by Arsenault. Arsenault putting it in deep, going for the change. Down the ice now. Here come Chaseau and James. That will be no icing. Chaseau fires it down the ice. Mills firing it out. Here's Chaseau. Chaseau carrying it in. Chaseau firing that right on. Saved by Kennedy. Chaseau. Now Trainer. Now McDonald. Now James. Oh, and just tipped wide of the net by Trainer. Now Crowley. Over to Mills. Mills moving it back to Chaseau, firing that one in. Off of Kennedy and into the netting. Looks like Chaseau and James are staying. They must be getting tired. Probably should change up the defense. Don't want to let them get too tired out there. I know Trivers and Phillips are ready to go. Toombs at the draw with Sigsworth and Gamble. Push forward. I guess this is a power play lineup, and maybe that's what's going on here as they push for a goal. Here comes Arsenault down, and it's a 2-on-1, Arsenault and Silvaggio. Silvaggio fires, save by Mond. And here comes Trivers and Phillips out now. 10:38 left in the second, about halfway through this game. Now here's McFarland at the draw versus McCormick. And McFarland looking for Gamble just past him. That one will be icing. Gamble almost making it to the face-off dot to nullify the icing. About a half a step away. Good hustle there. McFarland at the draw. Trying to win it back, and he does. Here's Phillips off the boards and to the line. Now is McFarland, Phillips. Now McFarland gets it out. Pierce deciding to step it into the opposite corner. Trivers now with the puck. Trivers losing it. Trivers getting it back again, moving it up to McFarland. McFarland chipping it down the ice. Right on net as Kennedy will decide to cover up. Coming out now are Corbett and Collins. Mills at the draw. Pushed into the corner. Green getting it behind a Chaffee, moving it to McLernon. McLernon trying to move it off the boards. Here's Hunter. Now here's Mills. Mills to Corbett. Over to Mills. Putting it in behind. Here's Hutt. Now over to McInnes, who flips it down. Corbett off the boards and to the line. Here's Otway to Hutt to Mills. Mills firing that one in. Hutt trying to get it. Chipped off him as McLaren puts it out. Otway firing it back in. McLaren finding it again, though, as McInnes bumped off by Mills. Now Corbett firing it around the boards. Stepping in, though, is McDonald. He decides not to touch it as he was afraid of a too many men call, I think. Now it's moved by Hunter to Crowley as Mills does a good job forechecking here. Mills almost getting it. And here's Crowley. Now here's Otway putting it in deep. McDonald over to McLaren. Finding McInnes. Over to Hunter. And Corbett working now with McGregor over to Moore. And now Toombs gets it to the line. Trainer couldn't get it out. McDonald now getting out finally is Trainer. Crowley getting it back as Toombs gets it. Fired in deep. Back for it is Collins. Now he gets it to Corbett, looking for McGregor. McGregor trying to get that out now. McGregor flipping it high down the ice to Pierce. Pierce moving it to McDonald. McDonald over to Renko. And now here's Toombs. Toombs moving it up off the glass and out. Hustling in now is Trainer chasing Pierce. Pierce circling back. And McGregor got that. Trainer firing that one just wide. Now behind the net. They try to, as McGregor tries to move it to Toombs, now back and behind. Trainer moving it back to Corbett. Corbett firing that one in. And great play by Toombs in front to move that in with his foot, allowing a rebound. Toombs taking some abuse in front now from Pearson McDonald. And here comes Sigsworth, McFarland, and Gamble with James and Chason. Again, I think they're trying this power play configuration to kind of shorten the bench a little bit. I've seen Trivers have a lot of success with this first line, but McCormick now behind the net to Pierce. Pierce trying to move it out, intercepted by Gamble. Hartman with it, though. Now McFarland. Move forward and push down the ice. It is a good matchup, though. And here we go. It's Chason trying to get the puck back here. Stolen by McCormick. He got that one over the net. Fired in front. Mon to the side. Here's McFarland. McFarland trying to get it up to Sigsworth. Didn't get enough on it to get that through. Now here's Gamble coming in. And he and Sigsworth double team McCormick. Now here comes Chason trying to get that out. Shipped back in by Morrison. And here's James off the skate of the linesman. And now here's Chason again as Hartman steals it from him. Hartman over to Hunter. And what a save by Mond. My goodness. Chaffee now moving it in behind. As Chason and Sigsworth battle with Silvaggio. And here comes Gamble finding McFarland. McFarland trying to split the defense. Almost does it. McFarland still with the puck. McFarland battling. Arsenault picking it up, though. Moving it to Chaffee. Chaffee deciding to flip it down. Stopped at the line by Chason. Chason pushed to the side by Chaffee, but getting the puck, firing it in front. That'll come out of the zone as Trivers decides to fire that one back in. And number 20, Green, coming out here now. Oh, a nice play by McGregor to stop him. Mills to Trivers. Trivers over to Phillips didn't get all he wanted on that. Now Arsenault coming in. Trivers coming to him. And a nice play by Phillips to stop that one from happening. Now here comes Otway. Otway carrying it through, moving it to Arsenault. Arsenault battling now against Silvaggio. And here's Otway trying to get it from Hunter. Stepping in. Trivers flipping it back down to Otway. Otway firing it in. Green firing it around. McLaren now way out and down the ice. Phillips will be there. Phillips needs to make a good pass, and he does. Oh, no. It will be Otway was there. Trivers now trying to keep that in. Can't quite get it. He'll change him up. Toombs, McGregor, and Trainer out there now with Collins and Corbett. Back behind the net now is Crowley. Tries to chip it up. Now here's Trainer. Trainer trying to put it in front. Moore getting it to the line. Corbett knocking that down. McLaren got a piece of it. Now chipped it out. Another almost a 2-on-1, but McGregor coming back now and taking Moore. And a glove save by Mond as Moore upended McGregor, who is getting in his way right at the same time. This is a physical game out there. McFarland at the draw out there with Sigsworth and Gamble. And here's Collins now battling out Gamble, getting it to the line. That goes out. Sigsworth now racing for it. Sigsworth trying to center it. He found McFarland, but Moore tied him up and couldn't get the shot off. Now here's Gamble. Oh, just trying to get that in front. McFarland now trying to fire that over. Gamble gloving it down, but McInnes picking it up. That's got to hurt the hand. Now here's McFarland. That was to be a glove to head as he knocked it down with his hand, but Gamble picked it up. Changing up now. Here comes a Mills Otway hotline with Chason and James. Move to the side. James getting it. James firing it in. Off a hot though. Doing a good job staying with it. Trying to find it in front. McCormick picking it up off the glass and down. But it's going to be waved off. James better hurry. James off the boards. Finding Hutt now. Back the other way. Hutt now firing it in. And we got a penalty. Behind the play, James taking a hooking penalty. And it's never good when you see a penalty taken behind the play like that. That would be Mills at the draw. One back. Here's Chason moving it to the line. Chaffee into Morrison. Now trying to move it out is Phillips. Morrison at the line. Moving in here to Silvaggio, over to Chappie. And it looks like That will be McInnes, just fired wide. Gamble getting it to the line. Across to Morrison. Morrison now holding on to it. Moving it over to Chaffee. Chaffee moving it down to McInnes. Over to Silvaggio. Silvaggio back to Chaffee. Fired in just wide. McInnes now in the corner. Moving it back to Chaffee. Over to Morrison. Morrison firing off of Mills. Over to McInnes. Pad save again by Mon. And here's Gamble getting it to Phillips. Phillips trying to put it along the boards. Gamble's there. Gamble trying to get it out. Gamble finally does clear the zone. 30 seconds left in the penalty to James now. Here comes Corbett and Collins. Fire down the ice by Toombs. 12 seconds left in the penalty. Pierce winding up from behind his own net now. Pierce going down the left side. Behind the net now as Corbett moves in. Corbett gets the Toombs. Penalty over now. Sigsworth tried to sneak in behind the play but couldn't. Fired down the ice by McDonald. Back now is Corbett. 1 minute exactly left here in the second period. The score till 1-0, still 1-0 in favor of the Eastern Dukes. The Rebels need to find a way to score. So coming out now will be James and Chase on defense with Sigsworth, Gamble, and Mills this time centering. Pushed into the corner and around behind. Here's Arsenault. Arsenault backhandling it to the line. Chase Owen just leaving it there as it was going to be offside. Moore trying to find Arsenault. Almost does, but Chase Owen's there to win the puck back. Here's McCormick putting it back in. It's high, but McCormick gloves it down. Sigsworth was to the line. McCormick picking it up again, though. McCormick being checked by Gamble. Gamble coming out and down the left side. Gamble working hard here. Now here's Sigsworth. Sigsworth firing it in front. And Mills almost getting it. Mills now pushed from behind from Pierce. And now picking it up is Gamble. McDonald, though, with it. 6 seconds left in the period. As McDonald decides he's just going to freeze it. Here's Mills trying to get it out in front. That will be 2 periods of play. The shot's 14-13 in favor of our Rebels here in the second period. So that'd be 32-19 will be the game totals. So Rebels definitely out shooting the Dukes, but can't find a way to get that puck by Kennedy. They'll need a goal with 1 period left to play. We'll see you in about 15 minutes.
You'd like to get your 50-50 tickets out. Tonight's 50-50 is worth $1,053. The winning number is 127-30986. That's 127-30986.
Hello and welcome back. There's 2 minutes and 50 seconds still on the clock. Again, they're trying to let the ice freeze here. Both teams are ready to get back at it for a third period. And our Western Rebels are down 1 goal. Dukes leading 1-0 here after 2 periods of hockey. And it is a packed house, as I've mentioned here in Tyne Valley. Everybody came out to see Game 7 of the U16 AAA Island Championship. These teams have been back and forth and are fairly evenly matched. Our Western Rebels came out to a rip-roaring start in the first period, outshooting the Eastern Dukes 18-6, if I'm not mistaken. But then in the second period, the Dukes came back a bit. The shots were 14-13. Now the third period, with the Rebels down a goal, they're going to be fighting for their life. This is a do or die. Of course, both teams do make it through to the Maritime Championships. One will be the PEI champion and representative. The other one will get the wild card spot. Here come the Western Rebels onto the ice. Kobe Bond between the pipes. Kennedy between the pipes for the Dukes. And starting for the Rebels, we will have McFarland, Gamble, and Sigsworth with James and Chason on defense. Want to see these guys score a goal. 4 of the 5 players on the ice for the Western Rebels are returning now. Rinko and Gamble, or McFarland, not mixing it up already. Chipped in. Now here's Sigsworth racing against McDonald. He got it behind the net. Now McFarland coming in. And here's Chaffee up the boards. James trying to put it in. Off of McLaren, who's coming down the right side. McLaren with the shot and the save by Mond. Now kicked into the corner by Gamble as James fights for it, but there's a glove pass. I believe that was by the Dukes. So the face-off will come outside the line. McFarland taking the draw versus Morrison. One back. Here's Chason up the boards. Stopped by Chaffee. And now worked back by McFarland. Flipped up again down the ice. Back forward is McDonald. McDonald reversing it off past Chaffee, and Gamble putting it in now. Gamble pushing it in deep. Hustling in now is Otway as this line is shifting. Out in front, and oh my goodness, holy cow, Sigsworth with the quick pass to Gamble, and Kennedy somehow stopping that. I saw Gamble's dad during the intermission. I said, first shift, I predict that Max is going to score, and he almost proved me right. That was an amazing chance. That's what the Rebels need, is a goal. Here's Mills at the draw. He's out there with Otway and Hutt. Collins and Corbett on defense. Fired back in. Here's Pierce. Pierce up the boards. Flipped over a stick and fired back in by Hutt. Now back around behind the net. Bad bounce out front. And Hutt almost getting it, and Otway there too. Corbett kicking it forward. Now here's Otway. Now chipped back. Here's Corbett. Corbett behind the net. Looking for Collins. Collins trying to get it up. Oh, and here's Mills working it in. Pierce pushing it back to the line. Kept in by Collins. But now we have a 3-on-1 situation. Corbett got a stick on it and redirected it to the corner. But nobody took the trailing man. They left Salvaggio all alone in front. And he buried it into an open net, putting The Dukes up 2-0 here. 18-17, so not quite 2 minutes into the first period. Coming out now, we've got Trivers and Phillips with Arsenault, Toombs, and McGregor. One back, here's Trivers to Phillips. Off the boards, looking for Arsenault. Chipped in again. Green now, forced by McGregor. Here's Arsenault with the puck. Arsenault working it back in. Now coming to the line, fired across. Trivers coming back. Trivers off the boards to McGregor. Fire it in. Here's Green off the boards and push forward. Trivers now flipping it in. Trivers deciding to move it forward. And now Toombs. And pushing it in is Arsenault. Flip down the ice. It's Trivers is back for it. No icing. Icing waved off. Trivers along the boards for McGregor. McGregor deciding to carry it. McGregor losing it to Moore. Back in deep. And here's Phillips moving it around the boards. As McGregor, so Arsenault comes in. Now here's Phillips getting it up to Toombs. Toombs coming forward. Toombs trying to get it. Move back. Here's Sigsworth. Sigsworth over to Chason. Chason coming in, fires that one. Kennedy flipping, redirecting it up into the netting. Chason can get some good speed on that puck. Now we just need it in the back of the net. McFarland, Sigsworth, Campbell, Chason and James on defense. McFarland battling hard, getting it to Gamble. Gamble fires it. Now McFarland can't get the shot off, though. Bullpit fires it off the glass, kept in by James. In front, knocked down by McFarland, and almost got another shot in. And here's McFarland trying to work it out in front. Gamble almost got it. Now it goes out past James. Down the ice, back for it is Chason. Off the boards into the neutral. No, Rinko keeps it in. Around behind the net. Here's James as he plays versus McCormick. And it's to the line, not quite out. Chason deciding to skate this one. And a beautiful pass over to Gamble, who leaves it for Sigsworth. Now back to McFarland. And it's there. And Chason could feel that open net behind him, but couldn't quite get around. Now just chip past James and out of the zone. James over to Chason. Chason getting it in deep. Coming on now is Corbett. Bowering to Sigsworth. Sigsworth knocked down. Off the boards. Over to McFarland. McFarland firing it towards the net. And both Gamble and Toombs took a swipe at that. They're just missing the tips and redirect in front. It's been the story of the game. Now down 2 goals. The situation gets more desperate as the time goes on. Coming out now is Mills, Otway, and Toombs. Collins and Corbett on defense. Move back. Here's Collins, fired in. And you know what? I don't think Kennedy saw that right to the last minute. But he still saved it. Now coming around, here's Green. Morrison to Hunter. Stopped by Collins. Fired in. Here's Toombs now coming forward. Toombs with a shot. Tried to slide it in low on the glove side, and Kennedy shut the door. Now Mills with a shot, and Kennedy will stop that. Coming out now, Phillips and Trivers. With Sigsworth, McFarland, and Gamble. McFarland at the draw. Move to the side as McDonald tries to move it out. Here comes Moore. We've got a 3-on-1 developing. Coming in is Salvaggio. Trivers covering in front. Trivers interrupting that play. Now Gamble coming back against the glass. That's ricocheted back into the end. That was a weird bounce. Gamble deciding to carry it out. Getting it to McFarland, who gets it out. Salvaggio trying to pick it up. Knocked away by Trivers. Now it's up into the glass. Chason and James coming now with Hot, McGregor and Trainer up front. Really mixing up the lines here, trying to get something going, I guess. McDonald over to Crowley. Crowley fanned on that but got it out. Now across over to Savaggio. Savaggio moving up, getting it in the corner. Here's James. James now moving it over to Hutt. Hutt off the boards looking for McGregor. Couldn't get a hold of that. Now Moore trying to carry it. Trainer getting it, but Moore getting it back. Now Trainer getting it back again. Moving it to Chason, but he missed that. Goes behind him. Chason now along the boards looking for Trainer. Trainer trying to get it out. Here's Chason again. Now Trainer. Now McInnes. In front, Moore. Moore deciding to circle back out of the zone, then chip it back in. Now here's Chason. Chason looking for Trainer. Trainer trying to find McGregor, and he does. McGregor coming in. McGregor with a shot right on. As Bowering dumps him, he got that on net. Trainer was right there. I don't know if he was hoping for a rebound for Trainer or was trying to pass that over, but it was awfully close. Coming out now, Collins and Corbett with Gamble at the draw with Sigsworth and McFarland on the wings. Pushed forward now and knocked back in by Corbett. Good stick poke or poke check there. Now Sigsworth battling behind. Sigsworth battling and coming out. Here's Gamble. Gamble moving it to Collins. Collins just flipped over his stick and out. Back down the ice. Here's McLaren. McLaren in front. He managed to move it back through into the lane. And number 2, McLaren, taking a swipe at the goalie. And a slashing penalty will be the result. As McLaren went at Mond with a stick. The officials saw it, and he will head to the penalty box. So coming out now, our Rebels power play. We're going to have Gamble and Mills this time on the points, with Toombs in between Sigsworth and McFarland. Here's McFarland trying to bring it in front, back in the corner. Now Sigsworth gets it to Toombs. Toombs moving it back to Gamble. Gamble over to Mills. Mills now back to Gamble. Gamble pushing it in. Didn't get all of that, and McDonald will fire that down. Gamble getting it. Gamble now across to Mills. Mills moving it in, and now leaving it for Sigsworth. Sigsworth coming in. Sigsworth now cutting in front. Sigsworth with the shot. Kennedy with the save. Now back to Gamble. Gamble fires that one in, and here's Toombs behind the net. And here's Mills getting it back. Mills working it to Gamble. Gamble over to McFarland. McFarland now back to Gamble. Gamble's going to fire this one in, and saved by Kennedy. He saw that one all the way. Now here's Mills. Mills looking for Toombs. Intercepted by McDonald. Back to McFarland, though, on the point. McFarland into Toombs. Back to McFarland. McFarland fires that one in, blocked by Morrison. And now McDonald fires it down the ice. Gamble behind his own net, as we've got Hutt and Otway out now. 45 seconds left in the penalty. Sigsworth still there. Sigsworth has it in the neutral zone. Sigsworth carrying it in, going wide. Sigsworth behind the net, trying to find somebody. Back to Trivers. Trivers now looking for Sigsworth again. Sigsworth Trivers better hustle back. Dive. That's it. And Moore with his second shorthanded goal of the game, in a very similar one to the first shorthanded goal. This time it was Trivers who couldn't get back in time. Last time it was Chason. And Moore protecting the puck and somehow finding a way to get it past Mond. That puts up The Dukes 3-0 here. The Rebels calling a timeout. So there's still 21 seconds here left in the power play for the Rebels. The Rebels need a goal. This power play is the time to do it. Get them back within 2. It's at times like this when you got to dig really deep. They got to put that puck past Kennedy and open up the scoring. Get that goose egg off the scoreboard. Coming out now, Chason, James, Toombs, Trainer, and McGregor. Rinko coming through now. Rinko getting that one on net. McGregor to James. James coming down the ice. James gaining the zone. James coming in. James, and he's hooked down. And oh my goodness, that one just goes by the net as I thought Trainer was going to put it in. James with the rust drawing the penalty. So the Rebels power play will continue. This time it'll be 5-on-3 for 2 seconds. Mills at the draw. Toombs brings it back to Gamble, fires that one in right away. Now here's Sigsworth back to McFarland. McFarland to Gamble. Gamble into Mills. He fired that one and save. Toombs back to Mills, back to Gamble. Gamble over to Mills. Mills fires, and that was another save. Now Toombs over to Mills. Mills keeping it in, moving it back to Toombs. Toombs back to Mills. Mills back to Gamble. Gamble now over to Mills. Mills stepping in, firing that one, and a save. I don't even know if Kennedy saw that, but he was standing in the right spot. The net coming off its moorings, I think. Or was it? Perhaps it was Kennedy losing his helmet. I'm not sure which. Either way, the whistle blew. Toombs at the draw versus Moore. Push to the side as McFarland battles. Here's Toombs. And now here's Sigsworth. Now Toombs again. Pierce along the boards. Here's McFarland. McFarland moving it back now to Gamble. Gamble firing that one in. Oh, and the rebound just out of reach of Toombs. Now Mills back to Toombs. Toombs to Mills. Mills to Gamble. Gamble back to Mills and misplayed, but Toombs is there. Toombs back to Gamble. Gamble to McFarland. McFarland firing that one in, and oh my goodness, I think he was hoping Toombs might tip that one. He was standing right beside an open net. Now here's Gamble. Gamble in front off the boards, and here's McFarland over to Mills, back into Toombs. Toombs now over to Mills. Mills firing that one in. Sigsworth got a piece of it, but there was no speed when it got to him. Now Toombs back to Gamble, over to McFarland. McFarland trying to go back door, but now Mills with another shot and another save by Kennedy. 15 seconds left on this penalty. McFarland trying to work it back door to Toombs. That was blocked. And now Rinko getting it out. Gamble picking it up right away though. And here's Mills trying to bring that one in. Pushed back in by McFarland. Chipped in again. Chason with the puck. Chason with the long pass. He was looking for McGregor. And McGregor hustling to try and make that face-off dot before the puck crosses the goal line, in which case icing would be waved off. And just about one stride away from that. 9:07 left in the third. About 3 minutes per goal is what it's going to take to tie this game. I'd prefer to see all 3 goals within 1 minute and then a go-ahead to win. Sigsworth coming off the ice now as Otway comes on. McFarland, it's pushed to the line, kept in, chipped out by James, but back in by McLernon. Now here's McFarland looking for Chason, and he couldn't. Now here's Chason carrying it through. Chason coming over the blue line. Chason with a nifty move, tries to fire it in front, and McGregor with the bouncing puck couldn't quite get a stick. He almost buried that. McLernon coming down, and here goes past James, but Otway gets it off the boards. Now McGregor, now over to James, now to Otway. Moved across, here's Hartman. Stripped by Traynor. Traynor fires that one, and a nice save by Kennedy. Some great moves by Traynor to get the shot. Coming on now. We've got Trivers and Corbett with Arsenault, Toombs, and Hutt up front. Here's Hunter. Hunter moving it across to Arsenault. Arsenault chipping past Trivers. Going in, though, is Corbett. Corbett firing it around. Looking for Arsenault. He gets it out. Arsenault chipping it down now. Icing will be... No icing. So Vaggio's there being chased by Arsenault. And now here comes Trivers stepping in. Back behind. Up off the glass. And down. Toombs is back. Toombs now finding Trivers. Trivers chipping it up to Hutt. Arsenault moving it across. That's Arsenault for the Dukes, that is. Now Arsenault for our Rebels, chipping it in. And a fan by McDonald, but we couldn't capitalize. Too far away. Now here's Arsenault taking out Hunter. Flipped up into the netting by McDonald. And we'll have a face-off deep in the Dukes' end. At the draw, Mills, Otway, and Gamble on the wings. Collins there with Chason, as the coach is trying to just move things around just to hope to get something going. Here's Collins. Gamble looking to get that puck as they battle. Collins now, Collins getting that to Otway. Now here's Collins trying to fire it in. Here comes McInnes on a partial breakaway. He breaks his stick on the shot and fired out by Mills to Pierce. Pierce firing it back in. Here's Chaso. Chaso now flipping it down the ice. And icing waved off as that was a curling shot. Draw to the button, as it were. Now here's Gamble and Mills. Gamble now settling down the puck and controlling things. Firing it at the net. Otway almost getting a stick on it. Now Mills over to Otway. Now off the boards and to the line and out. Collins now moving it across. Here's Mills. Mills trying to fire that in. Here's Pierce across to Rinko. Rinko trying to get it in. And here's McLernon. That shot pushed aside as Phillips took his man. Now in deep. Here's McLernon. And Moore backhands it behind. Collins picking it up. Collins moving it to McFarland. McFarland now putting it in deep. And Kennedy playing it back around. McFarland firing it at the net. And my goodness, McGregor almost got a stick on it. And James almost did too. Coming out now, we've got Trainer, Gamble, and Otway with Phillips and James on defense. Gamble at the draw, it's pushed forward. Now Trainer battles as McDonald puts it up into the netting. 5:33 left in this game. Rebels playing some desperate hockey now in this game 7, last game of the season. Gamble winning it back cleanly to James. James, that shot was blocked. Here's Moore circling back in his own end. Moore with a pass looking for Morrison. Off of him as Otway steps in. And now Trainer putting it through. Now back in. Trying to find Trainer in front through him. And good play as both James and Trainer turn the back, but then circle now down the ice. Now Mon putting it around. Somebody's got to get to that puck. Now it's along the boards as James steps in here. I think that's McInnes. Now, no, that was Morrison. Now clearing it in is Gamble. He's with Trainer. Here's Trainer now trying to find Corbett coming in off the point, but that was deflected up and down the ice. Here's Chason circling now. Chason with the long pass, looking for Trainer. Now here comes Chason again. Chason 1-on-3. Chason trying to move it through. Chason still with the puck. Chason working it. Now Pierce along the boards and out. 4:19 left. Here's Mills. Mills all along the boards looking for Sigsworth. Sigsworth battling. And the puck's behind Hutt. And Hutt didn't even see it. Now here we go. Here's Mills moving it to Trivers. Trivers deciding to carry it. Trivers deciding to flip that in deep. Gets it up into the netting. Coming out now are Chason and James. We've got 6 guys on the ice. Somebody's got to leave. Sigsworth heading off. Here's Gamble coming in. Gamble trying to get through. Now here comes Moore again. Pushing it up to McInnes. McInnes back to McCormick. Fires that one just wide. Mond into the corner. Here's Toombs with the puck. Toombs now over the red line. Toombs putting it in deep. Pierce. Now Gamble. Gamble over to James. Net is empty for the Rebels. 6 attackers. Here's Toombs back to Chason. Chason putting it in. McCormick falling. Chason picking it up. Putting it in front. Nobody can get a stick on it. Now James firing it in there. And Kennedy will hang on. As Toombs and Mills battling hard in front. .303 left in period 3. Rebels down by 3. Mills at the draw versus Morrison. One back. Here's Gamble firing that one in right on. As Kennedy covers up again. They seem to be going right into his midsection right now. I think they're trying to run traffic in front, but it's just the way she goes. Here's Sigsworth in front, and it bounced over a stick again. Fired in by Gamble. Gamble in front, and there's a loose puck in the crease. Nobody could get to it. Oh, yeah. Now it's getting rough out there. As McFarland didn't hear the whistle, shot it towards the net. 3 Dukes players came running at him, and Chaseau came in and absolutely leveled Morrison. And now he's mixed up with McDonald. And if you're going to give it, you got to be ready to get it. McDonald and Chaseau heading to the box now. Coach Brett Gallant gathering his players around here. .244 left in this game. And I don't know what to say at this point. It all comes down to this. With 2 minutes and 44 seconds left, game 7 and 3 goals. Chaseau is being sent off the ice. He's heading to the dressing room. And it looks like Brogan Chaseau is done for the evening. Dukes fans cheering in the stands. Now Hunter going into the box too, and Phillips going into the box for the Rebels. Hunter coming out of the box. And Hunter also leaving the game and going to the dressing room. McDonald in the box and Phillips in the box. And Hunter and Chaseau both sent to the dressing room. And now McDonald also being sent to the dressing room. And the referees, I think, are trying to avoid a big melee at the end of the game here, as 3 players have been retired for this game. Chaseau, Hunter, and McDonald. 2 Dukes and one of our Western Rebels. So 5-on-4 power play for the Dukes, however. Moved across by McInnes as Gamble chases. Back now is Corbett. Corbett now fires that one off the glass and down. Past McInnes. Kennedy out to play it. Kennedy back behind as Chaffee comes in. He was being chased by Mills. Now Gamble turns him around. But McCormick with the long pass to McInnes. Now right on him is Corbett. And redirected by Mills, almost finding Gamble. With 1:20 head contact and misconduct. 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. Chaseau getting 4 minutes with a head contact and a misconduct. Oh, and big man McCormick comes in there and totally hits Corbett from behind when he wasn't looking. About as dirty a play as I've seen ever. James mixing it up here. So Corbett, I think Corbett leveled McCormick. That's why he came at him after the play when he wasn't looking and pushed him over. So with 54 seconds on the clock and 1:38 left in the game and a bunch of other penalties, it's going to be awfully hard for our Rebels to score 3 goals to tie this up. Now 92 is going for 2 minutes. If I'm not mistaken, that was a coincidental, so that's Corbett. But McCormick also went. Very confusing. We've got 3 players in the box. The Dukes have 1. They have no penalties on the scoreboard, though. And it's a 5-on-3. Work back. Corbett got 4 minutes, even though 2 minutes is only on the board. And McCormick got 2 minutes for cross-checking. Bowering putting it in. Here's Moore. And out in front is Morrison scores. That will end it all, 4-0 now with 1:18 left. Still 5-on-4 Dukes versus Rebels. Rebels on the penalty kill. 1:18 left in the game, so Rebels are going to be down a man for the rest of the game and down by 4 goals at this point. Otway at the draw. Arsenault and James on the wings. Well, James stepping up from defense there and Corbett on defense. So at this point, we know our Western Rebels will get the wild card spot going to the Maritime Championships coming up at the end of this week in Port Hawkesbury, Nova Scotia. And Otway goes right to the box. They should give Morrison one for unsportsmanlike the way he was waving, but they are taking him for unsportsmanlike. Yep, that's a good call. And Otway sent right to the dressing room. Coming out now is Arsenault. We're on another, should really be a 5-on-4 situation, I would think. I don't understand how the penalties are lining up here. But it's 5-on-3 still. Trivers, Phillips, and Arsenault. Over to Bullpit now. Bullpit coming in. That one just narrowly misses wide. Here's Green with the puck. He fans on it. Putting it in now. Bullpit with it. Bullpit now. Back to Green. Green fanning on it. Again. And now back in. Here's Trivers. Trivers off the glass and to the line as Bullpit easily keeps that one in. Now over to Moore. Moore fires that one high over the net. Back to Green. 44 seconds left in the game. Green now firing it through. Here's Hartman. Over to Moore. Moore to Chaffee. Chaffee to Bullpit. Bullpit trying to get it in. Here's Bullpit. Back into Green. Trivers rubs him out. 20 seconds left in the game. Here's Chaffee. Chaffee to Moore. Moore now skating it around. 10 seconds left. Moore skating down the ice. Puts it into the corner. And that will be the game. 2-1. Game over. Well, the Dukes coming through to win at just the right time. So the Rebels beating them more times during the season, I believe, and winning the league. However, the Dukes coming through the win in a Game 7 when they needed it most. And that's been a story of the season for the Dukes, who, of course, won the Ice Jam and the Spud, now the Island Championship, whereas our Rebels were in the final of the Monctonian and came up short, and also came up short in the Ice Jam when they would, if they with one more win, they would have actually played the Dukes in the final. Would have been an all-PEI final over at the Halifax Ice Jam. And, of course, in the Spud, same thing. So that's the way it goes sometimes. A very good season on Prince Edward Island for our Western Rebels, winning the league after all. They couldn't bring it home tonight, and the Dukes end up winning decisively. I score 4-0. But they will see each other at the end of this week in the Maritime Championships. And maybe, just maybe, that will be our Western Rebels' time to hoist the trophy and use their wild card spot that was well earned by winning the league to win the Maritime Championships. So hope is still alive for our Western Rebels. And their rivals, the Dukes, will be there. No love lost between these teams, as we saw in the last few minutes of this game. And my apologies if I said anything that was, bad as well, because both teams fought hard this season, and the Dukes came out on top, but I think our Western Rebels need to be proud of their performance. It's good to see both teams shaking hands. Hopefully you could hear what's going on the ice. Thank you. Over and out from beautiful Tyne Valley, Prince Edward Island.